September 30th. September 30th. One more day. Not guaranteeing that October 1st, immediately everything's going to pump like crazy, but, you know. All right. Oh, another day, another day. Let's see, 9:47. Hello, Miskalin. Hey, DevTuber. Oh. Looking better than last week. Hello, Jay. KSM prediction. Eventually zero. I'm not a big Kusama fan. I've never been a big Kusama fan. I've been looking at the chart. It's like, all right. Nothing blowing me away about the chart. So I guess I'm going to have to pass on that one. Yeah, you seen Riot been doing well? Yeah, I've been selling cash secured puts on Riot. I wish I was just holding on to the stock, I guess. So, yeah, I'm curious. I don't understand. It's really weird to me that these like Bitcoin miners, they really underperformed. And then all of a sudden they're doing well. I mean, they've still underperformed, honestly. So, hello, AI Fabulous. Lavi, good afternoon. Sam, good morning. I mean, Riot blockchain, its peak in the last 4 years before just recently was July 21st of 2023. Like, what in the world, you know? And then Marathon as well. Marathon actually has not hit a new high. Still thinking 7 to 10 trillion. Not in 2025. I've been abundantly clear about that. But I am thinking 7 to 10 trillion. So, yeah, Marathon peaked in February of 2024. GM Randy, hello Randy. Guys, I'll be real with you. A lot of altcoin charts don't look very good, except, you know, Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing well. They're doing fine. But a lot of these altcoin charts, they've lost support. Let me look at Arrow. Yeah, I mean, Arrow's still kind of holding a level that I had targeted. Everyone is saying Bitcoin dominance is going up and it's the most bullish month for dominance. That'd be fine. That'd be fine. Oh, what does it mean for our large caps that dominance goes up? You know, if Bitcoin dominance is going to go up, it would make sense to me. I'm of the mindset that Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high still in 2025. So, okay, Bitcoin dominance goes up. It's not going higher. I really don't think higher than its peak for this cycle. So it would just be a lower high. It's still very bearish. Good morning, Crypto Bags. Mama Car, thanks for the follow. Good day, Dogfish. Are cooked. Do not capitulate in September. That's how I started out my most recent YouTube video. Hello, Neo. Do not capitulate in September. Now, listen, I'm a bull for the fourth quarter. But if October is not a good month, then my mindset shifts entirely to 2026. And I know a lot of you 4-year halving people you're not going to be excited about that. You know, because you're thinking it has to happen in the fourth quarter of this year. It's not going to happen at all. I have not been on that boat since 2022. When does October start? I'll just speak historically. All right. So in October, post halving year, October of 2021, it was literally October 1st. Last year, it was October 11th. So we'll see. I mean, we got the unemployment report, I'm assuming, coming out on Friday. That's always a, hold your breath kind of moment. Bitcoin dominance going up would mean alt's going to bleed in October, or it would mean that Bitcoin outperforms alts and Bitcoin hits a new all-time high. Bull market is extended to May of 2026, or even further. I mean, really, what bull market? For Bitcoin and Ethereum, for XRP, for the top 10? Sure, yeah, let's extend it to 2026. But we're not extending a bull market when there is no bull market for like almost every other altcoin. Maybe we'll start a new bull market. What's your predictions 2026? I'm going to ride it. I have no predictions right now. It's October 7th because of new moon. Okay. Gold to the moon. I think at some point here, gold's going to consolidate, especially considering the fact that silver is reaching a 45-year cup and handle. It's not going to break through $50 right away. So it's really close. It's at 46.21, and it's been going vertical. So can you look at gold top? And here's what I'm saying, AI Fabulous. Gold, I think gold will stall out when silver stalls out at around $50. So that could happen. Like given the rate of increase for silver recently, that could happen like next week. All altcoins that haven't performed, there's a reason they are trash. We've always known that they're trash. And I would disagree with you in one regard. There's a reason, and it has to do with the liquidity cycle and the business cycle. Bull market is over. We will see another one at 2029. No alt season. The last alt season was 2020Q. Okay, thank you for that contribution there. CK Bo, thanks for the follow. Bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. Arrow update. Arrow's not looking so great. I had two entries that I had in mind with Arrow. Entry one, it bounced off that entry and did, gave you a little bit of return and then dumped and hit entry two. And now it's just kind of struggling at entry two. I mean, it did bounce off of that a little bit, but yeah, Arrow's chart, there's no way you can say that's bullish. Now, you never know, if things turn around fourth quarter. Can it be that October or November comes a lightning fast bull run for 2 to 4 days? 2 to 4 days, no. Dow Jones looks great. Yeah, guys, stocks look amazing. AI Fabulous, I'm gonna have to ask you, could you please not every other comment make a comment? YNB, thanks for the follow. AVAX or VET for $1,000 bag. At this point, I guess I'd say VeChain. And mostly because AVAX is double from its bottom. It's gotten as much as double from its bottom, so. Thoughts on Uni? Let's see, Uniswap, 754. Looks like it's getting rejected at a level that I was hoping would be support. Does this mean, and getting rejected at 200-day now that I'm looking at it? Could this mean that this is going to go down to $5.85? That might be the next level. 3-week-ish bull run, that seems too fast. Weekly and monthly candles really got saved. Did they? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Rick, thanks for the follow. Thoughts on Say and Tau? They both don't. Well, Say was trading within a range and lost it. I'm hoping this is a false breakdown. Actually, you know what? You could say looks like it might be okay for now. So maybe this is a good entry to get in on Say. Tau, let me look at Tau. 303. It's either right at support or losing support. It's hard to say. So, thank you, Transparent Collectibles. Hello, nothing happening here. Do you like Vanry/Vanar? No. I just, again, guys, especially something like Vanar, I'm assuming the chart looks terrible. Let's see. I mean, I guess it doesn't look as bad as I thought. I mean, yeah, it does look terrible, but no. If you had to sell either Bitcoin or large cap altcoins to pay down leverage, which would you choose? Oh my goodness. You can't get me to say I'm selling my Bitcoin, man. There's no way. So I guess I'll say large cap altcoins. Even though, yes, I think short term, large cap altcoins are going to outperform. Do I like Aster? I mean, what do you want me to say? It's a 10-day-old crypto. You know, can it do as well as Hyperliquid in terms of market cap? I tend to think not. But I've never used Hyperliquid. I've never used Aster. So the chart does, I mean, it looks like it's ready for correction here, Aster. No live yesterday. I can't go live on Mondays anymore. Too busy. Thoughts on VeChain GRT? Oh yeah. So where would a bottom for VeChain be? It would be 0.01913. I'd long at 0.01913. Do you agree the only crypto to DCA long term is Bitcoin? Yes. Also, you asked about the graph. Somebody asked about the graph. The chart looks terrible. I'm just not interested in highly inflationary. Now, all right, it's probably not going to hold it. Is there some kind of trend line? Yeah, it's holding some kind of trend line at support right now. But we'll see. Maybe this is the perfect time. But these altcoins, it's like, fool me 10 times. Shame on, multiple shame on me. When is Russell going to break out? Maybe October. You know, I mean, we're right at resistance in September. September is usually not a good month. How about October? You know, that seems to make sense to me. I follow you since 2017. You did some good call back then. I'm recalling the top on Shiba. Thank you, Lame Duck, but that was 2021. I started my channel in 2020. But yeah, on a live stream, I panic sold my Shiba Inu at the top. I was just like, this is insane. This is insane. I got to sell. I sold within like 2% of the peak of Shiba Inu. XCN, XLM, XRP prediction 892. But when? I don't know. XLM, oh man. It's still kind of back testing a trend line from when it hit a local top in July. So it's another one that maybe XLM is a decent buy right now, or maybe it's just going to keep on dropping and back testing this trend line. XCN looks terrible, but it'll bore you to death, and then it'll do something. I bought VeChain at 0.026 when you said it was time to buy alts. You bought at resistance, Sean. And I still believe it's time to buy altcoins. I believe that it's a good time. I'm sorry that it's down 20% since you bought. I mean, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry for you. That was a week ago. That was like 10 days ago that I said that. You got to be a little bit more patient than that. The same thing happened in last year. In August of last year, I said it was time to buy alts. We went down a little bit in September, and there was a couple week period where if you listened to me, we were in the red. Eric, thanks for the follow. Solana prediction, I don't have one. LCX, what's up with LCX? You know, it looks okay, I guess. Better than other cryptos, but I think it's going to continue bleeding. Bro, what's happening with alteration? Oh, alt season. You think any hopes before December? I'm pretty convinced. So I've been looking at this the business cycle. Man, where is that? Whatever we get for altcoins between now and the end of the year. Let me back up for a second. Alt season, I was never on board with this 2021 or 2018 alt season. But, I mean, looking at this business cycle chart, which I do have in my trading view, I just don't remember the ticker because I added it yesterday. USBCOI. There's a very little chance, like a almost non-existent chance, but that between now and the end of the year, we're going to have like this massive, massive alt season. Now, again, you know, your user 171, you're asking me that question like, you know, if it doesn't happen this year, then it's over. And I firmly reject that. So unfortunately, I can't show you this channel because this chart because TikTok's going to be upset with me. Looking at manufacturing, things look pretty hopeful for something significant to happen, but the clock's ticking too much for it to happen in 2025. ENA, please. Athena. Listen, until we see something significant with altcoins, until we see like that big move in altcoins, any crypto that pumps hard, I'm going to short it. Like yesterday, Superverse pumped really hard. I shorted it. Like any smaller cap, anything outside of the top 10, or really outside of, I don't know, top 50 or so, if it pumps really hard, I'm going to short it if I can. So Athena looked really good, but now it looks, it looked like it was in an uptrend, and now it's put in a lower low. So I would say that this isn't a downtrend. From here, I wouldn't be surprised if it bounced a little bit, got up to like 70 cents. But we've got to assume that this is going to be in a downtrend now. Pin link. I'm assuming it still looks like nothing significant's happening. And yeah, I've got nothing for you with pin link. I wouldn't buy this, not anytime soon. I would want to see something significant happen with altcoins first, with larger caps, before buying Pinlink. Thank you, Momo. ICP looks terrible. Yeah, I missed that. Nice. Unfortunately, that was, I think, an ish weird bull run. Seems longer and slower. I mean, I've been on that train for a while, but most of the coins you've spoken about now sound quite bleak. In a couple months, still bullish. Listen, crypto can turn on a dime. Here's the deal. Bitcoin and Ethereum look good. They're holding support at least. All right, and it's September. All right, things can turn on a dime in October. I've seen this happen. We saw this happen last year. We saw it happen in 2021. It can turn on a dime. Do you not like Solana? I don't like Solana for huge returns. So, yeah, I mean, I like Solana, but Solana was $7 in the bear market, you know? Dogecoin, I'm more hopeful about Dogecoin than a lot of other cryptos right now, but Dogecoin's a top 10. You know, so I'm more hopeful about like top 50 cryptos. And even more so for top 10 cryptos. So Dogecoin looks like it's found some support. Thoughts on Avalanche? It's all right. I'm a little bummed about the price action from last week. I drew a couple projections. It did a back test of a level that I thought it was going to back test. I was hoping it already had that back test and we were good to go, but no. So yeah, Avalanche looks okay. Please give a wild guess about YFI. How many X can it do from here? 5K to 50 possible. How about 0.5X? Is there anything timeline on when to expect new crypto ETFs? There is. I don't know numbers wise, you know. I don't know when. I don't know the details of that. Why do you think that? Why do I think what? I don't know, Tamer. Why do I think what? Why are crypto gurus so afraid of being wrong? X is full of snowflake TA. You know, when crypto gurus are wrong, people hate on them a lot. I get plenty of hate for when I'm wrong, you know. So I guess they're, and I would assume they're just exhausted because I'm sure a lot of them, most of them were like, oh man, 2025. Oh, 2025, man. Just wait. Do you think 2026 is bullish or bearish? It depends on what for. If you're talking about stocks, I'm bullish for 2026. If you're talking about crypto, I wouldn't be surprised. As of right now, yeah, I would say overall yes. But I wouldn't be surprised if there were like the people who are still infected by that 4-year cycle mind virus, that if it doesn't happen at the end of 2025, that they're just going to throw in the towel. And then at some point in 2026, they're gonna get caught flat-footed, and they're gonna miss. They might end up missing something huge. Like I can see a scenario of that playing itself out, where the first few months of 2026 are kind of dealing with the fallout of the 4-year halving cycle bros being, you know, giving up. So we'll see. Is there any hope for Gala? Not short term. No. Has ETH staking approval already been priced in? I don't think so. I did think Gala would do better, had a lot in it too, since it did well last bull run for me. Zach, I was very down on Gala. Their tokenomics are terrible. I have to ask, I'm up 8,500 on ETH. Should I hold or take profits? Wanting to hold, what you say? I'd hold for now. I set a limit order for Ethereum that if it were to go to like, man, it's tough. So my thesis for Ethereum right now is that it's a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. That last week was the spring moment, which was like the, oh no, it's over. Sell your bags because we're going to zero moment, which was just like no, it's a spring, you know, and now we're back within range on Ethereum. And we're going to be in range for like another few days here. And then we're going to climb higher and put in new all-time highs with Ethereum. So that's my base case. But I am thinking in my head, what's my invalidation of that? And so I had 3,600, but I could see, I mean, from here, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'd say 3,600 would be my stop loss. Ooh, hey, somebody's saying to deposit USDT to something, I'm going to block you. Quant surprising, man. Quant does what Quant does. It's always the same thing with Quant. It looked like it was over last week with Quant. You know, I had a call for it to bounce off of $88. That would be a perfect entry. It went down to 86. Those brief moments it was down to 86. I was like, uh-oh, what's up with Quant? And then Quant bounced back. So I don't know. All right, Aerodrome, I already talked about Aerodrome. Doesn't look amazing right now. Ondo. This is either a false breakdown or a real one. You know, I mean, I hate to say it like that. This could be a false breakdown with Ondo. But I wouldn't sell just yet. Chainlink. Chainlink might be all right. It might be an all right to buy right now. Yeah, I might take a stab at some Chainlink. Thoughts on VeChain? Already talked about it a ton. TARS AI. I'm assuming it's just kind of hanging around. I'm not even going to look at it. I know with a great deal of certainty that that's what's happening. Avalanche still a good buy at these prices? I think so. So you have no hope for top 100 crypto? At this moment, my hope is in top 50. All right, I see no reason, if you are looking for a new entry, I see no reason to buy a top 100, or like outside of the top 50, I mean, until we see the top 50 cryptos move. And honestly, like, I feel the same way about most meme coins right now. I don't see a reason to buy any of them. But, I mean, again, that can turn on a dime. And then what happens after that? Once it turns on a dime and we see altcoins, we see top 50 coins do well. Yeah, so just top 50 right now, yes. About Inject, I would assume Inject is the same way. Wait, Injective or Inject? I don't know. Inspect? Raul Pal says Bitcoin will be a 5-year cycle peaking in Q2 of 2026. Raul Pal is a very smart guy. He's a smarter guy than I am. I have done better this cycle. I've done way better this cycle at analyzing things than Raul Pal has. Without any hesitation, I can say that. I mean, Raul Pal, he had, it's funny, we had one interaction on X, and somebody showed me his business cycle charts, his ISM charts, and calling for Bitcoin to be at specific prices. And this was at the end of 2024. And I was like, hey, I'm with Raul Pal on this, but I think it's actually not going to happen in 2025, but rather more like 2026. That was back then. And Raul Pal responded to that. I don't remember what he said. And so now all of a sudden Raul Pal's talking about 2026. And it's like, maybe 2026. I mean, the big thing that I'm saying is I think Bitcoin's peak for this cycle is going to be in 2027. And don't get mad at me. That doesn't mean we can't make sick gains right now on our altcoins. I think when that happens, like that Bitcoin would actually like maybe even be over $300,000 in 2027, but that we will have already had our big run in altcoins way before then, and Bitcoin dominance would be something like 80% at that time. So, you tell me that Raul Pal is saying 2026 now. It's like, according to his metrics, Bitcoin was supposed to be over $200,000 in the fourth quarter in September of 2024. But now he's adjusted. It's like, all right, Raul Pal, welcome. User 531, thanks for the follow. Thought on ICP and Ondo. ICP looks terrible. Ondo, there's some hope. Are you still scamming people? I've never scammed anyone. Goodbye, Don Stapleton. And I have to deal with crap like that all the time. It's just, thank you, Aaron Lyons. Zcash, $300. Yeah, Zcash is doing well. I mean, $300, we'll see about that. But, I can't short Zcash. I would short it right now if I could. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Those privacy coins are always really tricky to try to long or short. Do we buy now or wait for another dip? I mean, last week you should have bought. So now, I mean, going into the fourth quarter makes sense to me that, we're right up at resistance with the Russell 2000. We're right up at resistance with the Total 2. It would make sense for me that we would break through those resistances in the fourth quarter. Thoughts on Near? Yeah, I mean, Near, man, it was looking strong a week ago. I was hoping it was hold some support, but thank you for those gifts, Momo. It's just right back down. Man, we can't get any momentum with these altcoins. I mean, really, what do we do? I would think that we just trade, not financial advice, just trade now and then wait for Ethereum to start moving. Thoughts on Aster? Aster looks like it's ready to come down a bit. Thoughts on Pengu? Yeah, Pengu for the moment doesn't look amazing. I mean, it is back testing a trend line, so give it some time. I really am a huge believer in Pengu, but the chart doesn't look all that great right now. Thought on Celestia is almost at our all-time low. Celestia is terrible. It's trash. I've never liked Celestia. Their tokenomics, I warned you guys about just say goodbye to Celestia after they had these massive unlocks last October 30th. Those unlocks began, and it's going to be really bad for the next 3 years with Celestia. Can it do something? Only if things get really hot. Can you look at form, please? I don't know what form is. Oh my goodness. I don't know what you want me to look at. I mean, it looked like it was just steadily climbing and then it just fell off a cliff. So I would have zero interest in buying this. Good morning, Boogeyman. Elastos to $20. I don't know much about Elastos or anything. $1.84. Why would you think that this would go to $20 aside from epic alt season, the alt season to end all alt season, the golden bull? Why ICP terrible? The chart's terrible. Are you going to sell good projects like Link in a bear market or hold? I'm selling everything except for my Bitcoin. New CTO coming for what, Boogeyman? I mean, at this point, guys, I'm just gonna remind you of something I said last week. I saw this crypto launch last week, this meme coin, and I was told about this meme coin that they're not giving up, but man, this is the best run project. They have deep pockets. Oh man, this is gonna go crazy. And then, the moment it launched, I saw the contract address. It was already at $6 million. It got up to $7.2 million, and that was it. And now, at last I checked, it was hanging around $4 million. So just the appetite for buying a CTO, the appetite for buying even new launches that are supposed to just be the end all be all, it's just not there right now. Again, that can turn on a dime. So somebody was complaining that I haven't posted my Telegram group, my Telegram channel recently. And what do you want me to do? You want me to post about this awesome new crypto that's launching the best run project ever? You get in at 6 million, and you buy that, you sell the peak. That's a 20% gain. Have you already talked about XRP? There will be times, there will be a time. There may be a time very soon, but that time is not now. Momo, thank you. That's why, I mean, for me, it's there was a time I was saying large caps and meme coins. Right now it's just large caps the only ones that I'll have any interest in buying. Large caps and Rismus. I mean, really, that's it. I know that's kind of ridiculous for me to say, but large caps and Rismus. I bought a huge bag of Rismus over the weekend. After taking my $200 to $1 million challenge wallet all the way to stables, I was like, you know what? I'm going to ride or die with Rismus. You think Rismus will get rug pulled like Rizoween? No, Rismus launched over a year ago, or not over a year, almost a year ago. No. Two totally different cryptos. I was never gonna touch Rizoween. It's so dumb. Oh, hey, this new crypto launch that has no history of doing anything. All right, so XRP looks, maybe the bull market support band is going to hold its support. It looks like it is. So hopefully there's some support here. We're not out of the woods yet, but I mean, like XRP has to do something. I would fear, this is a worst case scenario with XRP is that, we're just going to lose this floor eventually. A blockchain backer posted something about that, but XRP can still do phenomenally. All right, WLFI on Robinhood. I have no interest in anything Trump coin related. HBAR. I'm sure HBAR doesn't look so great right now, but you never know. Maybe this is a false breakdown. Yeah, I did buy last week, and Sean, again, you're bringing up you bought when I said to buy alts. Yeah, sure, buy right now. Thank you, Dogfish. Teza, thanks for the follow. RSR again. I'm sure RSR. Let's look at RSR. Any of these small caps, man. RSR looks like a disaster. Yeah, there's better charts out there. No, thank you. Which altcoin do you think will do best in October, November? No idea. Again, my mindset's in the top 50. Maybe Avalanche, maybe VeChain. Virtual's protocol under $1. Goodbye. I already looked at LCX. I'm assuming not. It's just bleeding. I drew, at some point, I drew a support level at 81.25 cents. Maybe that'll be it. Fartcoin does not look good at all. Yeah, that's bleeding a lot. Again, maybe it'll just go back down to its bottom from March. It's 20 cents. Or SDS, the crypto's full time. Do you still have conviction on VeChain? Yes, I do. Aircoin. I don't know what to say. I mean, all right, maybe I'm looking at the wrong one, actually. It's very new. Had a huge pump. Maybe it's forming some kind of bull flag. I don't know, man. I can't analyze new coins like this. Yeah, GRODT. Yep. Benjamin Cohen thinks Bitcoin dominance will explode up in October. Did he say explode? I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't pay attention to Benjamin Cohen, but I thought he said something like 60%, which seems reasonable. The CTO leader of Aircoin is the person who took Doge to 500 million. Okay. All right, maybe, yeah. Department of Government Efficiency launched when there was a lot more excitement in the market. Any idea of price Epic could be at the top in Q4? No. Assuming we get some exciting times much higher than where it is now. Yeah, bonk. Man, I'm telling you guys, so many of these charts. Bitcoin and Ethereum is our hope right now. Bonk does not look good. It looks like it's put in a lower low, getting rejected at the 200-day moving average. And again, who knows? Again, we can turn on a dime. Government shut down. How will it affect crypto? Just wondering. I've never worried about government shutdowns. They happen a lot. They'll figure it out. They'll be pressure will be put on them to reach some kind of compromise that nobody's going to be happy about, because like, you know, you'll hear these sob stories of like, I'm going to lose my home and stuff like that. And okay, you know, all right, guys, I'm sorry. I can't keep up with these comments. Anything on HEEHEE? Yeah. When the market gets hot, we'll pump HEEHEE like crazy. Still think we get Q4 excitement. I think we are at resistance right now, and we'll break through that resistance in Q4. Seller thoughts on Seller Network. I mean, this just looks dead. Now again, yeah, you know, at some point it could go crazy, but so many cryptos, though, so many small market cap cryptos that I'm getting asked about. I'm looking at the chart. It's the same chart. You know, there was some excitement in December, and then just death. What's your ETH price prediction? Thank you, Crypto Bags. Have a good one. $7,000 to $10,000. Zhao Wedson is in longs on ETH, ADA, and DOT. Yeah. Dude, that guy might be one of the most underrated people in the space. I like him a lot. So yeah, I mean, and he was very bullish last week. You know, there's somebody you should all follow. JOAOWEDSON on X. He has fewer than 10,000 followers. He's the man. Doge, please. Already looked at it. It's one of the few that actually looks pretty decent right now. You get Rasmus or Erasmus. No, I don't know what that is. Sol, already looked at it. Again, you know, top 10 cryptos don't look terrible at the moment. So, Kronos, please. Maybe there's some hope. Maybe. Again, crypto.com went to 40 cents, 38 cents. And I called for it to go under 20 cents. And then when it got under 20 cents, I was actually like, you know, maybe 18 cents. Where did it get down to? It went down to exactly 18 cents. So now, you know, probably people aren't as excited about crypto.com. That seems like a decent one, actually. It might be forming a floor. You're welcome, Brandon. If we continue to drop in October, are you getting out of the market? Probably. Yeah. And the reason why is not because I will be a flat out bear, but because I fear what the 4-year halving cycle people are going to do. I fear that if they're so married to this idea that we must pump in 2025, in the fourth quarter of 2025, I think they're going to just panic sell their bags and capitulate. And so I think there will be an opportunity to buy lower, and then the returns on that could be amazing. Have you heard of Keki coin? I've never heard of that. But I'm glad you made a fat bag on it. What is this? Render. Again, Render looks terrible. These older AI crypto. Now, you're the first one to ask about Render. Actually, it's 2 people almost in a row asked about Render. These AI cryptos from 2021, they're done. Now, yeah, you can make some money if the market gives us what we're all hoping that it gives us. Yeah, sure, Render will do something, but like these are some of the last cryptos that I would buy. Now, I'll buy a lot of them I'll buy Render in the bear market. But I keep on saying the same thing over and over again. I've got Render, Fetch AI, AOs, the older AI cryptos, they're done. They're still today up huge from their bear market bottoms. Pengu, already looked at Pengu. I love Pengu, but the chart, not yet. Part-time trader you follow is so underrated too. Yes, DevTuber. And another one under 10,000. Man, there's so much alpha with people who have fewer than 10,000 followers on X. You got to find them. What do you think about Dash? Another chart that just, all right, you know, what's the best word we could label this? Accumulate. It's accumulating. Accumulation. It's at the floor. Winter arc looking nice. I noticed that. Yeah. Tron's top 10, so I definitely have to hope with Tron. Although, you know, I'm hoping that what we're seeing right now isn't some kind of distribution with Tron. But because Tron has just been consistently killing it. So, what about Botcoin? Are you talking about Bitcoin? What would be your thoughts if we don't have good gains for altcoins in 2025? Yeah, I think I did just answer that question. I will always be trading altcoins. You know, I mean, right now, like, I've been going to cryptobubbles.net a lot more than I have before. And all I'm doing with my trades is I'm looking for cryptos that pump really hard so I can short them. For me, it's guilty until proven innocent on any of these pumps. For anything outside of top 50. And so what I'll want to see is the big thing that I'm going to tell you guys is like, if altcoins don't do well in the fourth quarter of 2024, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for bullish structure on charts, and I'm going to look for places to long and accumulate. But like, you know, I like the structure of the altcoin charts in general, like the indices, total 2, total 3, and others. That's what gives me some hope for altcoins right now, and Bitcoin dominance being in a bear market. Like, I just, when you can get a more comprehensive picture of the altcoin market, I'm okay with where we are right now. I actually like where we are right now. But then you look at these individual altcoins, and yes, a lot of them look really bad. So we're having to do things that we haven't had to do before. We're having to use our brains in ways we haven't. Because, like, you know, in 2021, it was throw dart at a dartboard. You buy any crypto, you're going to do well. In 2025, not yet. Maybe eventually. Do you like the fact that you're gaining popularity on YouTube and TikTok? Am I? I had a 108. How many followers did I have on my TikTok account? Oh my goodness, I don't remember. 170, 160,000, or was it 100? I forget, but it got banned. So I guess I'm losing popularity. Will the government shut down, slam the market for the next week or so? Foregone is in the house, everybody. Somebody just asked that, like, before you and I answered it. I don't worry about government shutdowns. When determining on what to short on crypto bubbles, do you factor in market cap also? If I know it's outside of top 50, that's all I care about. I mean, even some top 50 coins, but usually what happens is, like, we had Pith pump up really hard. Where's Pith? And I was like, yeah, that's a scam pump. So I shorted that. We had API 3 pump up super hard. And I was like, I'm shorting that. I can't wait. I'm licking my lips. I'm going to short that so hard. And I guess I exited too soon. And then yesterday we had Superverse pump really hard. And I shorted that and I exited too soon again. So, and then there was another one, Athena. No, not Athena. Ether. So Ether did something really interesting where it pumped and then it hung out for a few weeks. And, you know, even now I'd probably short that. Polkadot. Polkadot's still hanging around. It actually is one of the better looking charts right now. We'll see. Thoughts on GRT? I already looked at that. It looks terrible. Do you know anything about Vara? I don't like Oh yeah, I already looked. Oh wait, no. I'm sure the chart looks, yeah, no. It looks dead. Shorted super yesterday at 7.7 cents. That's the game for me. That is right now. I have no trades open at this moment. I'm looking for cryptos that pump really hard to have those big scam pumps, and I'm shorting them. So render, no chance for a new all-time high. No chance. I'm not going to say no chance. I would say a very low chance. ICP looks terrible. Nick already answered ICP. It's at the floor, 15K to 120K. We at the floor. I don't know what you're saying, Doodle. Will says we are cooked. Mr. Cuz, why are you saying I'm wrong when alts are down 80%? Everyone would have saved money if they listened to me. Where were you in July? Where were you in June? You only come back out of your cave when things are down. And what a surprise. If I were to guess, hey, when am I going to hear, like if you took me back to June and I were to guess, when am I going to hear from Mr. Cuz again? I would have looked at the calendar and I would have circled September. So here you are, Mr. Cuz. What a shock. What a shock that you're here and you say stuff that some stuff I agree with, and yet you posture yourself as being in complete disagreement with me. So it's not necessarily that you're wrong. It's that you would say that I'm wrong, I guess. But you have been a lot more wrong than you're giving yourself credit for. Will you still go live through 2026? I will not be going live nearly as much in the bear market. I'm going to focus on trading. It's been a huge sacrifice for me. If I could just focus on trading full time, I'd probably be in a better position financially right now. Do you think we are done for 2025? No. Yes, you can't be spitting alpha. It's insta-ban. You know, this is one guy. This one guy going after people, demanding $3,000, and some people actually paying him because, unlike me, they make their living off of TikTok. Thoughts on all the admirals and generals from around the world meeting up? I didn't know about that. Do you have nightmares at night about foregone questions? No. Foregone is like a fly that just flies around my head nonstop. I don't have nightmares about flies flying around my head nonstop. Is it a bad time to buy altcoins right now? Most altcoins, but again, top 50, I'm more interested. How much leverage do you use when you short 1x? Because given the nature, so the cryptos that I just talked about, Pith, API3, given how intensely they pumped, like if you use high leverage for that, they could continue to pump super hard, but 1x, you should be pretty safe. But I put size on that, you know? I'll put more size on it for a 1x short. Thoughts on the government shutdown? That's the question of the day. I don't care. You know, first time I ever heard about, oh no, a government shutdown was like 2010, and I panicked. I didn't panic, but like I was like, oh no, you know, my stocks are going to go down. They'll figure it out. They'll figure a way to keep this gravy chain rolling. Can you explain shorting to a newbie? You make money on the price going down. That's the easiest way to put it. What did you say about ICP? It lagged for me. ICP is below. It has hit a new 2025 low. That's what I'm saying about ICP. LCX thoughts. I wanted to come, but it was member only for so long. No, it wasn't. That's such an excuse. I did regular live streams. You were in your cave. You were crying because people were making money on crypto. That's what it was, Mr. Cuz. My goodness, that's the lamest comment. It was member only for so long. It's member only on YouTube right now. You could have come on TikTok. YFI. Yeah, Mr. Cuz seems to be an attention seeker. Yeah, that sounds about right. You know, at the end, Mr. Cuz is going to look like a genius because bears always look smart at the end. I don't know why. This is the second time this live stream I got questions about Yearn Finance. And I don't know why. There's nothing about this that sticks out to me as like, oh, baby, it's time to buy. Storage. Another one. What do you guys want from me with these cryptos? Cryptos that Mr. Cuz and I would have told you to avoid. Not just Mr. Cuz is saying to avoid everything. And I'm saying, hey, there's some that are worth buying. Like Ethereum. Mr. Cuz. Don't read the bad guys. You know who the bad guys are? The bad guys are the one who, when blockchain backer says he's selling a third of his crypto, they try to gaslight him in the comment section because it's like, how dare you say anything other than bullish content? Avantis is looking good. I don't know what to say about this. I'm looking at a chart. It looks like it's a couple weeks old. It looks like it peaked already, and then who knows what's going to happen from here. Let's see. LCX thoughts. LCX can just continue to grind down. If you think 2026 is the bear market, doesn't that tie you to a 4-year cycle? Did I say that? You know what doesn't tie me to the 4-year cycle? The thing that I've consistently been saying, that 2027 Bitcoin's peak is going to be way higher than whatever it peaks at this year. Can we see some 10x during altcoin season? You might be able to, but when? You know, I don't think you're going to be seeing many 10x's in 2025. And that's based off of the business cycle, not based off of, and the other thing that I guess I would say is like, don't hold for a 10x. At this point, guys, take your profits earlier than a 10x. If there's other chart setups that you really, really like and you want to get in on those, I suppose, put some in that. Thoughts on LCX? LCX. Do you think we're going to 109K to fill the CME gap? How about I say yes to that? But it's hard to at 113, Bitcoin at 113, it's hard to picture that, especially we're on the brink of October. 21-week EMA would be the worst case scenario in my opinion. That's 109,424. As of this moment, it's hard to say. You think Ski Crypto will lose his beard bet on Solnick? On a long enough timeline, no. What's the timeline? If we're talking, I don't think there's a timeline to that it has to be 2025. I don't think Solnick's going up to that level in 2025. Benjamin Cohen says Bitcoin dominance will go high in October, up in 60s again. What do you think? Already mentioned that. I could see 60. I don't think 66. I don't think cycle peak. I could see 60. What platform to use to short? Bitmart and BitUnix. Hyperliquid or Aster? Better now. Aster is down. I don't know. Aster is too new. I looked at the Aster chart earlier today, and it looks like it's going to go down a bit. But it's a new chart, new crypto. So I say that with very low conviction. All right, guys. Thank you, KYT. So basically, you're bearish on every other coin except for top 50. All right, we are definitely at the point during the live stream where I need to be done. because I've answered that question a million times, and I'm going to answer it again. The market can turn on a dime. All right, what we need first, the top 50 cryptos actually look okay. We need those to pump. All right, and then I'll be interested in anything outside of the top 50. He said November. Oh, man, I don't know about that. All right, I'm done. It's been an hour anyway, so thank you guys.